everybody, welcome to the studio. I'm going to take a little break from normal video content just to answer a most frequently asked question in the comments of all of the videos here in the studio. Today's comment comes from, I'd even tell you the viewer's name, but it's pretty much a whole lot of you. Ask me all the time, what kind of design wall is this behind me? I've got the pixel quilt pinned to. And so today I thought I would answer that question for you. If you want to see exactly what it is back here on the design wall, how to go about making it, it's going to be a real quick one. Stick around and let me show you my studio design walls. Drum roll, please. What is behind the design wall? Well, I'll grab another one and show you. Here they are. This one just happens to be from Lowe's. You can get them pretty much at any DIY store. Some of them have silver tape, some don't, but this is a foam insulation board straight out of the hardware store. And I know it's really hard to see this one, but this one is 2 inches thick, the one that I'm using here right now. It is exactly the same size as the one back here. It's actually a little bit shorter than how it comes. We cut this one down and the one behind it down because of a shorter ceiling. But all the other design walls here in the studio are all exactly 4 feet by 8 feet because that's what the foam core board is. It is all foam. I took one side, it has writing, the other side it does not have writing. Some of them have a silver tape on one side, some don't. This one actually doesn't have any silver tape, which I actually prefer because it makes a little bit less noise. I take the side that has writing on it and that becomes the back. Because I use white flannel to cover the front of it, I don't want to see any of this writing or anything through the design wall because you would see it on camera. Bought the sheets from the hardware store and then I bought, in this case, I think it's a bolt of 108 wide flannel because it's tall enough to wrap all the way around on the top and the bottom, and then I just cut it to the side that I need. You can see that I have taped it down. You can't really staple it. You can't really do that because the staples won't hold. So what I have used is this cool tape. This is a Scotch brand tape that you can get at the hardware store that works on concrete, brick, and grout. So it's got a much stiffer glue. It looks like a painter's tape, but it's got a much thicker, heavier glue on it than a painter's tape. What I did is I laid the flannel face down. You can do this on a floor or on a great big table. We put it here on our studio tables, nice and flat. And you take the flannel, you lay it face down. You take your board, you lay the writing side up and put that together. And then what I've done is I just took the side of the fabric, pulled it around to one side and taped it really nice. And then went to the other side and pulled it really, really, really taut and taped it on the other side. You can use pins and you can stick pins in it every so often and you can come back and catch it with the tape and that'll help hold it for you while you get it together. And then once that was done, I did the same thing with the top and the bottom. And I also taped, I don't know if you can see, might be too far back, but I actually taped the angle in so I could hold all the edges together too, so the corners were also nice and tight. So they're a little bit wider and thicker, but they pretty much can stand up on their own. And what that means is I can very easily lean them up against the wall and I can take them and I can kind of tilt them down and put them back in one of my closets when they're not being used. I can have a stack of them here and I can put them away. They're great for quilt shops to do the same thing, especially if you have sections in between the tables. You could actually put design walls up in between the tables, but they definitely work really well. If you have to work in a studio space that is like a spare bedroom or something like that, it's pretty easy to put this up against a wall and then maybe hide it in the closet later. And if you have shorter doorways or shorter closets, you can always cut the foam down to the size of the wall that you need. That's really what we've done here we have a shortened wall here at the peak of the roof, and so we just cut the foam to go here. That's probably our most asked question on any of the videos, is what is that design wall? And it's super easy to make, super easy to do. I also have another video, which I'll link in the description box below, or you can click on it right here in the card, and that is the drop-down design wall. So if you have a space in your studio that you don't have a wall, or you don't have any place where you can lean a board up, something like this, you can also get one that comes down out of the ceiling. That's another option for a design wall. And we also have our removable design wall tote and a video on the design wall tote as well, if your space is much smaller or you need something that's a little bit more portable. Those can work as well too. But so there's your answer to all your wonderful questions. And if you have any other questions about what we have in the studio, what we do, what we use, please feel free to leave a comment in the description box, or leave a comment down below, and I will definitely consider doing a video on those as well, because what's the point of making these if I'm telling you things you don't need to know? So just reach out and ask. As always, thanks so much for watching. If the video was helpful, leave a thumbs up. Do think about subscribing and sharing with all your friends. It helps the channel out. And until next time, happy quilting.